This week, we're diving into a truth that's as old as time, but is relevant today. Knowledge is power. Whether you're climbing that corporate ladder, launching your hustle, or just trying to navigate the twists and turns of your career, what you know and how you apply it can make all the difference. The world is constantly changing, and staying sharp and informed isn't just a nice to have, it's a must. We'll explore the power of continuous learning, how to leverage your skills to open new doors, and why the most intelligent investment that you can make is in your own personal growth. Get ready to level up your game. This week is about arming yourself with the knowledge that you need to push past the obstacles, seize opportunities, and keep moving forward. Because at the end of the day, the more you know, the more you can achieve. Check out this week's thought leader. She's dropping some serious knowledge about her journey to leveling up.
Hi everyone, my name is Monique Thornquist. From a professional standpoint, I am the Chief Executive Officer for IntelliCare. We provide personal care services in the state of New Mexico, and we are part of a larger corporation that is actually throughout the United States. So we are a local brand. We really try to do a lot of philanthropy, quite a bit of community events, really giving back to the community, making a positive impact. Very much a people-first organization. I've been in healthcare really my entire adult career. I started off in home health, really recruiting, and then I transitioned to respiratory, kind of DME, durable medical equipment, and then I went into the hospice realm. Did hospice for the last 10 years and just recently made the switch at the beginning of this year. So really excited to be in this position. It's a great opportunity. I like to give back to the local community, so it's really been a good passion and a good fit for me. From a personal standpoint, I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana. After Hurricane Katrina, I moved to New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I live here with my husband and my little boy who's 3 years old. I graduated with my master's from CSU in Fort Collins in 2020, and I'm a lifelong learner, really trying to learn leadership skills, people skills. Hobbies, I love to be outdoors, playing sports, running around, chasing my toddler around, or on a beach. Definitely love the beach, the sun. But yeah, that's a little bit about me. So I think, what inspired me to pursue my current path really started as a young age. I am the oldest child. I have always been kind of the caretaker. When I initially graduated with my undergrad, I thought I would continue on into law school. I actually did get into Loyola Law School, and Hurricane Katrina had different plans for me. So I took on, I cared for my brother and sister when my mom passed away, and really just continued down the path of really taking care of people, taking care of your community. I think I'm very passionate about advocating for people who can't advocate for themselves. And so healthcare obviously is one of those areas where you really have to advocate and be someone's voice. So I've continued down that path. I started right out of college into the healthcare realm, and I never left. So, I think my vision has evolved probably every month, every year. It evolves because our industry evolves, our world evolves. COVID changed a ton of the way that we look at things, the way that we do business, the way that we operate, the way that we treat people. So I think as long as you're doing the right thing and you have the best intentions, you really can't go wrong. That's kind of my theory. So you do have to evolve, your vision has to evolve, and that happens in any industry. I think particularly in the healthcare field, it's more frequent, but with staffing issues and the economy and then insurance, all of these things. But fortunately, I feel like I've always surrounded myself with great people that are smarter than me, people that help me. How do I define personal and professional success? I love this question. It's always different. So I think from a professional standpoint, the way that you can define success varies across your metrics, right? So what's that saying? What you measure gets managed. So I think there are always going to be the key performance indicators that you have And those are really the tangible, right? The SMART goals, the things that you can truly measure. Of course, that's going to be a tell sign of your success. But then there's the people piece. And that's the part that you really can't measure. I mean, we have, of course, employee engagement surveys. We have our culture, right? But I always say culture's caught, not taught, right? So you have to truly create the culture, cultivate that. And it takes time. So I've always felt like as a leader, my biggest, way to define my professional success is truly by developing other leaders, empowering them, making them successful, pouring into them, loving on your employees, being kind, but being fair and consistent and holding people accountable at the same time. And that comes with building trust. From a personal standpoint, oh my goodness, I think, we all set goals, like the tangible ones, right? Like I want to buy a house by this time. I want this vehicle. I want to get married. I want to move here. I want to go on this vacation. But I think to me, my family is so important to me, and being able to have that work-life balance and separate that and turn off my phone to spend time with my little boy, seeing him develop and be kind and model us, that's the biggest success. So very, very, very successful, luckily. I think the biggest misconceptions about the personal care service line is really that it's all about the numbers, I think, and that really could be a misconception across healthcare, just that all we care about is the numbers and growing, and that's really not the case. I will say strength comes in numbers, and what I mean by that is we are allowed to advocate in the advocacy piece as far as negotiating rates for our members and being able to provide better services, more hours, being able to pay our caregivers better. That all comes with the growth, right, in numbers, but it's not the most important thing. Margins are very, very slim in this industry, and I think where we advocate for the numbers is more for the bench strength to be able to be competitive and hire the best of the best caregivers to take care of our members and really offer benefits to our employees, not just the bare minimum. We really want to be competitive there as well. I think healthcare as a whole obviously has some misconceptions, and I think to a certain extent maybe justified, but that's our job really, to educate, be out in the community, again, state capital, really advocating for those rates and the members. And at the end of the day, I mean, we really do care about our members and our employees, and that's where if you do the right thing, you really can't go wrong. And that's really our motto that we live by day in and day out. So I feel really lucky to be in a position where I think we can make an impact on some of those decisions that are made as far as benefits that are available and the care that is available, keeping people in their homes because that's where they want to be. I think as leaders, we always go through challenges and setbacks, probably on a daily basis. It's really how you navigate it that kind of sets you up for success. Most recently, our organization acquired another organization here that is about the same size, same service line, and we are kind of in that merging, part of it. And I've been through a million acquisitions. I've been on each side, so I completely understand how change is hard. I always say it's not the change that's hard, it's the transition that's hard. And so the way that I've learned, and I think I've learned this through having to go through it on both sides, is, you really have to walk into the room and you need to be the thermostat, not the thermometer. And what I mean by that is you really need to set the tone. So you need to build that trust. You have to come in with a positive attitude. You can't promise that things are not going to change, because change is inevitable no matter what you're doing, if it's work, personal, all of the above. So coming in and really understanding and trying to build that trust has been significant. But the setback for me was that we did have quite a few folks that exited when we started merging. And that as a leader, that's the last thing you want. You don't want to lose employees. And so really trying to jump in and navigate through the employees that have stayed has been a challenge. But having my team that I've already built that rapport with and that trust, kind of having my back, explaining to other employees kind of how I operate, how I lead, that's been a game changer. So I think having that foundation and knowing how to merge the two has been a huge help for me. I just want to give a shout out to Patrick for allowing me this time to share with you all kind of my story and the secret sauce that has worked for me. I would be happy to mentor or even just be a kind of a sounding board for anyone that is interested in learning more or needing just some extra advice or suggestions. I'm here. So thank you again.
Investing in yourself is the best investment you'll ever make. No, seriously, think about it. When you put in the time, the energy, and even the money into developing your skills, you're not just adding to your resume, you're boosting your value in ways that pay off for years to come. Let's talk about courses and certifications. They're more than just pieces of paper. They're proof that you're committed to growing and staying ahead of the curve. Whether you're looking to deepen your expertise in your current field or branch out into something new, there's a course or certification out there that can help you get to that next level. And here's the thing, you don't have to go back to school full time or break the bank. Plenty of online platforms offer affordable, high quality courses in almost every subject you can think of. You want to learn data analysis? There's a course for that. Interested in project management? You can get certified online. The options are endless, but don't just take a course, get a certification just for the sake of it. Be strategic. Think about where you want to go in your career and what skills you need to get there. Maybe you want to move up into that leadership role. Consider a course in management, or perhaps you're on a tech job. Learn coding or data science. Whatever it is, make sure it aligns with your career goals. And it's not just about your hard skills. Soft skills like communication, leadership, and problem solving, they're just as important. Many online courses focus on these areas too, helping you become a well-rounded professional who can adapt to different roles as well as challenges. Now let's talk about how to find the right courses and certifications. Start by doing a bit of research, look at the job postings for roles that you're interested in, and see what qualifications employers are looking for. Then find courses or programs that offer those qualifications. Check reviews, talk to the people in your network who's taken those courses, and make sure that whatever course it is respected in your industry. Once you've completed a course or earned a certification, don't just let it sit there. Update your resume, add it to LinkedIn. Be ready to talk about what you learned and how you're applying it in your work. Show the world that you're serious about your growth and that you've got the credentials, guess what, to prove it. But remember, investing in yourself isn't just a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. The job market is constantly changing, and the skills in demand today, they might not be in demand tomorrow. So stay curious, continue learning, and never stop looking for ways to improve. So here's the takeaway. Don't wait for someone else to invest in you. Take control of your growth, seek opportunities to help you get ahead, and never stop investing in yourself. Because in the end, the more you invest in your development, the more valuable you become. Not just to employers, but to yourself. Investing in yourself isn't just about climbing the career ladder, it's about becoming the best version of yourself possible.
Imagine starting with nothing but a passionate, deep, burning desire to learn something new. No formal training, no fancy degrees, just pure determination. That's the story we're telling today. The journey of someone who didn't just become good at what they do, they became an expert, all through self-teaching. It wasn't easy, not by a long shot. The beginning was rough. There were long nights, early mornings, and countless moments of frustration. But every time they hit a wall, they found a way to climb over it. Books became their best friends, online tutorials their guide, and every mistake was a lesson, not a failure. Day by day, they chipped away at the mountain in front of them. When they didn't understand something, they researched it until they did. When they couldn't find the answer, they kept digging, refusing to give up. They didn't wait for someone to hand them knowledge, they went out and grabbed it themselves. But here's the thing, they didn't just stop once they reached a certain level. The journey of a lifelong learner never really ends. Even after mastering the basics, they pushed further, diving deeper into their field. They sought out new challenges, new problems to solve, and new ways to apply what they learned. And as the years went by, something incredible happened. They didn't just become proficient, they became the go-to person in their field. Others started coming to them for advice, for guidance, for answers. They went from being the student to being the teacher, all because they never stopped learning. This journey wasn't about taking shortcuts or looking for the easy way out. It was about putting in the work, day after day, year after year. It was about passion, persistence, and a relentless drive to keep getting better. So, what's the takeaway from this story? It's simple. You don't need a degree or a title to become an expert. You just need the right mindset. You need the courage to start, the determination to keep going, and the humility to keep learning, no matter how far you've come. Because at the end of the day, the journey of a self-taught expert is proof that with enough dedication, anyone can achieve greatness. And that's a lesson worth holding on to. This story isn't just about one person's journey, it's about what's possible for all of us. If you've got the passion, the willingness to learn, and the determination to never give up, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Lifelong learning isn't just a path to success, it's a way of life. Keep pushing, keep growing, and remember, the journey is just as important as the destination. This week's challenge is one we all face: keeping up with industry trends. It's a struggle, right? You're already juggling a million things at work, and now you've got to stay on top of every new development in your field. Yeah, it's tough, but here's the deal: if you're not staying ahead, you're falling behind. First off, let's get real about why this matters. Industry trends aren't just buzzwords, they're the shifts and changes that could redefine your role, your company, or even your entire career. Missing out on them means missing out on opportunities, whether it's learning a new skill, adapting to a new technology, or spotting a shift in the market before your competitors do. So, how do you keep up without losing your mind? Here's where you start. Make it a daily habit. You don't need to spend hours on this, just carve out a few minutes every day to scan the headlines, read an article, or listen to a podcast. Consistency is key here. It's like brushing your teeth, do it daily, and it becomes second nature. Find your go-to sources. There's a lot of noise out there, so stick to the resources that deliver real value. Whether it's industry-specific blogs, trade publications, or LinkedIn posts from thought leaders, pick a few that you trust and make them your daily read. But here's the kicker: don't just consume information, use it. The real challenge isn't just knowing what's going on, but figuring out how it impacts you and your work. Ask yourself, how can this trend affect my role? What can I do today to prepare for this shift? Then take action, even if it's just a small step. Stay connected. Sometimes the best insights come from conversations. Talk to colleagues, mentors, or people in your network about what they're seeing and how they're adapting. You'd be surprised how much you can learn just by sharing ideas and experiences. Keep your eyes on the horizon. Trends come and go, but the ones that matter shape the future. Focus on the big picture and think about where your industry is headed in the long run. This will help you prioritize what's worth your time and what's just a passing fad. Lastly, don't stress if you can't keep up with everything. The goal isn't to know it all, it's to stay informed enough to make smart decisions and stay competitive. Remember, it's about progress, not perfection. Keeping up with industry trends isn't easy, but it's essential. Make it part of your routine, stay curious, and always be ready to adapt. Because in today's fast-paced world, the ones who keep up are the ones who stay ahead. So, take on this challenge head on, and let's make sure we're always in the know and ready for what's next.